Now this is very, very peculiar. This design over here, okay, that we understand is the circumflex. It is the ace that embraces the centers of both worlds. The male plug into the two females, okay? We now give birth. Here is the lantern or the stoplight that keeps rotating. Remember, this is 1D. Now, I'm going to show you a picture on my telephone, and I keep picking up these little pieces. If you can see this properly, whoop, I think it's going to shut off. Do you see the, forget about the foot. There's a foot in the way here. If this foot wasn't in the way, this would look like the sword. The nose over here, okay, curls in and around, and it creates what seems to be the torus. Now, what would torus mean to you? That means two bulls fighting? Well, what happens? What happens if you had, now we're going to take this towards respiratory, we're going to take this towards the cats, and one cat is breathing in and the other cat is breathing out, and they're both breathing in, and they're both, so that air, that's combustion into that room, is that what's going to make that wind? Is that what's going on right now? So we saw this, which is basically, if I create this design one more time, what this design actually will show you, okay, it could look like the church steeple. It could look like the barn yard doors. It could also look like at the same time the tower. But if it wasn't the tower, we can make it look like the sword. You know, the kings are all holding the swords. At the same time, the gem, the crystal gem, that can be a plug-in. And this is what the king is holding as a card. Now, what I actually do is just give me a minute now. The phone is ringing. Now, to continue on, there's a few other things I am going to add that in this design, when I've done this design before, okay, now these are just two diamonds and a third diamond connect. When you create this design, you'll notice it creates a pyramid from below and a pyramid above, and it all intersects over here. This is a 258. This is a 369. This is no lost. Anything that's run on an angle will shadow in the pixels. Everything straight up and down will be lost in your vision, or the reverse. Okay, so that's one piece. I'm going to be adding things on pieces and parts like I always do. This is for my memory. This is for somebody who comes on here who gets really bored, has got nothing to do in the house, and says, okay, let's go watch this guy and see what he's got to say today. And in that case, we have on, which is 14 and 15 equals 29, or 5 and 6. 29 equals to black. It's also yellow. On and off will also create your numeric values for the first 7 or 8 numbers in pi. Off equals to 6, 6, and 6. This is 5 and 6. This is 6, 6, and 6. When you're on, 5 and 6 will create any craps and a connection to the red sun. So now on, connection to the red sun, black negative, red positive. 0, 2, Venus. If you add it, it becomes 4, T7. 9 and 7, 16, 1 and 6, 7, 2 and 2, 4. 47 is the value for time. It is a multiple value bringing in the corners, because what the multiple sign does, what the plus sign does, when you run a jagged angle on the 45 degrees, it'll be 135 reverse. It'll say ace cat. At the same time, that is your DNA route, because of the angle, and it says, and to create the 45 angle in numbers, it's 1 times 4, 1 plus 4. That's why I say what I do. And when you get this number, it'll create the number eventually 5 times 4, 20. 20 is 2468 or 1379. Both do not include number 5. So far, I see 5, the area, as being the moon. And one of the reasons for that is because surrounding numbers over here, okay, are the invisible numbers of 3476 or 3746, 3, 4, 7, and 6. Anyways, the diameter of the moon, 2160, which connects to the 2160, 216, 9 days times 24, or 9 and 9 days plus 9 day and 1 day, which is a Mayan link, meaning 18 months of 20 days or 18 days of 20 months. It doesn't matter. We are linking numbers for the own personal reality of a numeric value and the equation itself other than the alphanumeric relationship. 1 to 5, the middle is 3. 3 to 5, the middle is 4. 3, 4, DC is below. 5 to 7 is 6. 6 to 8 is 7. The spirit of 76 is above the DC world of 34. From side to side, you have the 36 world over here. From above and below, you have the 47 world over here. Time is on the right. 36 creation, cold and hot is now on the, Celsius to Fahrenheit exchange is now on the left. This is where I get everything. 1 and 2 is 3. 1 and 5, 1 and 9 will create these three. 4 and 2, 6. 4 and 5, 9. 4 and 8, 12. 1 and 2, 3. 7 and 8, 15. 1 and 5, 6. 7 and 5, 12. 1 and 2, 3. 7 and 2, 9. So all I'm taking is this, and we show a value over here in which in the phone it'll show the star key, the 0, and the multiplication. Now, I know most people never have the capacity to reach the 6-minute mark. I will end the video here. This is pieces and parts. When I went into the hospital, I gather information, and sometimes it comes out real crappy, and sometimes it comes out well. And I just want to talk about the black diamond. The black diamond comes together is when you create the club and you take the spade and you put the club and the spade together, the in-between creates the black diamond. Raphael in the 5 suits in the deck of cards. Thank you for watching this video.